Hello, family of light. Just waiting for a few more people to join. I'm hoping you can hear me okay. Okay, let's just begin, and people can come on as we go. Welcome, family of light, all around the world. I'd love to know where you're tuning in from. If you could pop in the chat box where you're tuning in from, I'd love to see and feel the different vortexes we're anchoring in today. I was guided to come online today. This is my first ever Facebook Live and YouTube Live. We've got simultaneous streaming going on. I mean, I've done some interviews, but this is my first one on my own. But obviously you're here too, so we're not alone. And we have many others here assisting today. And it is through the guidance of the guardians of this universe that we actually are connected in this way today. I'm currently coming to you from the Sacred Valley, Peru. Wonderful, he can hear me, perfect. Welcome to the space, my sister Andrea, lovely to have you with us. Wonderful. Oh, the sound is repeating, okay. I think, yeah, check you haven't got like simultaneous background noise on because, I mean, unless it's something happening for a lot of you, I think it's okay, the sound. Yes, so I'm tuning in from the Sacred Valley today. I've been working very deeply with the plant medicine mother ayahuasca. And a few weeks ago, she showed me something that I have been preparing to see for the last 2 years, which is the universe in which I am from and in which I'm essentially here to merge this universe with through the codes of light that I share. She was showing me many things, such as what is happening on the planet at this time and the importance for humanity to hold the vision of New Earth, to hold the vision of the crystalline kingdoms of light in our future. In our future, in a time that is already here because it is happening beyond time and space. So this is what today is really dedicated to assist you in tuning into, is the crystalline kingdoms of New Earth. But as we do, we raise the frequency of Gaia and we begin to merge with this future parallel universe of New Earth and of crystalline consciousness. Now, maybe you've heard me speak of the galactic year cycle before. This is something that I have been working very deeply with in awakening to over the last 2 years. It is a 250 million year cycle, the time it takes for our sun to travel around the galaxy, and with it, our solar system. Now, if you're here tuning in today, it's likely you're aware that we are going through a mass awakening. You can't really be on the planet at this time and not be aware of this anymore. So much is coming to surface, and there is a scientific explanation behind this, where it is due to our astrological alignments that this is happening. I've spoken of the Great Year Cycle before, a 25,800 year cycle, one that humans have completed 3 or 4 times, the peak of which we experienced the civilizations of Lemuria and Atlantis. But the galactic year cycle is new in relation to what I'm sharing. It took me a long time to awaken to this because it is a gigantic cycle, and it's not something humanity has ever experienced a full completion of, because it happens every 250 million years. And this is really important to understand because due to this galactic year cycle, the awakening occurring on the Earth is something we have never experienced before. It is a galactic shift into a whole new universe, where the whole nature of our universe is upgrading in the process. So this is part of the consciousness I'm here to bridge to you today, because my soul has incarnated into this universe from a parallel universe to this one, the future universe that is before us, and it is free from all darkness. The darkest color is navy blue, where essentially what I am here to do is assist us, humanity, and this universe as a whole in aligning with this new universe that is becoming available to us in the completion of this galactic year cycle. It's a process, but one that can happen very fast because it happens beyond time and space. This shift in consciousness is one into multidimensional awareness, where we move beyond the time-space reality into 3 or 4D. When we speak of New Earth, when we speak of the new universe, what is so important to understand is it is already here, because it is happening beyond time and space. It is only in the 3rd and 4th dimension, the time-space reality, where we find ourselves incarnated into as humanity, that we experience this illusion of time. But in Ascension, we're essentially moving beyond space and time. So the new Earth, the crystalline kingdoms of light, your new Earth-like body expression also is already here. It's just a matter of realizing it. It's a matter of aligning with it and embodying the light and wisdom of your soul. Crystalline consciousness is crystalline, has that name for a reason. Crystalline frequency, like the clear quartz crystals, pure in their essence, transparent. So the crystalline kingdoms of light, in this way, have a very similar frequency to the clear quartz crystal, a very powerful tool to assist us in tuning in to the new Earth consciousness, to our new Earth-like body expression also. Where I speak of the crystalline kingdoms of light, what is so important to understand is we have our crystalline bodies of light too, upon new Earth that we are here to align with. And it is this crystalline frequency. However, unlike the seemingly physical crystals, it is multidimensional in nature, has the capacity to move beyond time and space. And it is the frequency of love. So the key to our new Earth-like body is ultimately through the gateway of our heart. The gateway to infinite unconditional love, where in Ascension we are essentially vibrating higher, vibrating into greater heights of love, embodying more of our divine source expression. Now, there are many ways to do this. The key is to stay in a high frequency. But how do we do that when there is so much happening on the planet? But there's many keys you can use. I recommend exercise every single day, meditation, doing your practice, so you can stay in a high vibration. The practice will assist in bringing that balance into your reality every single day. But the biggest key that I have come across to date is rooted in our DNA, where the very nature of the human being, our DNA traces way back before the humans. The Pleiadians are our star mothers who planted us here on the planet. They cross-engineered their DNA with the current species similar to the humans that were on the planet at the time. And as a result, we have this fifth dimensional consciousness woven through us already, this crystalline awareness woven through us already. This crystalline blueprint lays dormant in our DNA, the blueprint to the embodiment of love consciousness lays dormant in our DNA. It was planted there from the very beginning of our creation. So in ascension, practice is key. But if you really want to take it to the next level, when it comes to the light body, the keys are in the DNA. So we have Pleiadian DNA inside of us. And many, many, many other beings too. Throughout the universe, our DNA has traveled. There is all sorts in there. So it really becomes a matter of what do you want to awaken? Infinite possibilities ultimately are. Now, this is something I teach in greater depth in a more closed space because it is a very intimate process. But it's something you want to learn more about and how you can consciously begin to turn on this crystalline consciousness from within you. You can get in touch with me privately and we can work on this together, but it is something that really does require a closed space, really. I also do more private online events for the more intimate work, so we can really go deeper. But today what I want to provide you with is some DNA-like body activation through the language of light, and in assisting you in being able to hold a vision of New Earth to assist you in moving through these times. Because there's so much is surfacing around the planet. It's very easy to get distracted. It's very easy, particularly as starseeds, to feel sad or alone, or like we're not going to make it. We're going to make it, don't worry. I'm from the future. It's beautiful. But what helps me in being able to stay in a high frequency with all this stuff happening on the planet is my vision of New Earth. And it is this vision of New Earth that we are really calling you today to look towards and to anchor in and to not lose sight of. Because everything happening on the planet at this time, everything coming to surface with the darkness, that is essentially a co-creation of the collective humanity, where our greatest power lays in the awareness of our capacity to co-create. Whether we like it or not, we are co-creating this world that we live in. As humanity, we are co-creating our reality, where our capacity in awakening to this is truly unbound. Yet you cannot wait for somebody else to awaken to this, because it's ultimately up to you. Past these physical bodies, we are all unified. Even the material that forms these bodies is unified, which if you want to understand, the sacred geometry is a very powerful key to assist you in seeing this, visualizing how we are all unified. But past these illusions of a physical body, we are essentially like a huge sea of consciousness, where as you raise your frequency, you raise the frequency of the collective consciousness in the process. So as you anchor in the light to Gaia, you're anchoring in the light to the collective consciousness in the process. As you hold the vision of New Earth, as you feel those crystalline kingdoms surrounding you, you begin to anchor in that frequency, that vision, and that reality into the collective consciousness. And it is like a sea, like waves. So everything you do has an impact. Everything. But what is so very important is to not lose sight of the love in which you infinitely are. Because that is ultimately the key to New Earth, to these crystalline kingdoms. It's love consciousness. But the visions can help. So I make art to assist this. And this is some of the art that I made today, or for today in particular. Here we go. Nope. Huh. So I'm not used to using this. Usually on Zoom when I do online events. Enter full screen. Okay, there we go. So I'm hoping you can see New Earth here. This is a depiction of New Earth. Here we go. Yep. Okay, well, I don't know how to work this. Well, you can see the picture for this online event that I have done. And this is some of the art that I do to assist you in holding that vision, into tuning into that frequency of these crystalline kingdoms of light. The more we tune in, the more we begin to embody this vibration. And the more we begin to anchor it down into the collective consciousness. Where it's like a domino effect in many ways. As you begin to do this work, others will begin to naturally have this inspiration to go do it. It's just the way in which consciousness works, the larger collective unified whole. Naturally, we want to align with light. Naturally, we want to align with love because that is who we are at our core. We are love and we are light. And so really, it is up to you to anchor in that light to the larger humanity. And you're doing it today. And I want to thank you for being here and receiving the frequency I'm transmitting and seeing the art that I'm sharing. This all has an impact on raising the vibration of Gaia. Now, I want to invite you today into a little meditation, a visualization meditation, to assist you in raising your vibration. And in the process, raising the vibration of Gaia, where I'm going to assist you in tuning into what is known as the crystalline grid, the crystalline field of light. The crystalline grid is Earth's multidimensional energy field around the planet. It is the crystalline frequency, like the clear quartz crystal. Very similar, but multidimensional. So it moves. And this is a key part of New Earth, tuning into this crystalline field of light. We were tuned into it in the times of Lemuria and Atlantis. And it's what we actually became disconnected from as we fell from Atlantis into the time-space reality where we have been focused ever since. The pyramid technology all around the planet is essentially there marking as a time capsule and remembrance to this crystalline consciousness because it works directly with this crystalline field of light. And this is being activated within the humanitarian consciousness now. And we will begin to work with it more consciously again. But I'm going to share with you a meditation, some of my favorite meditations to do, because the keys in which it passes to you to really embody this crystalline consciousness of New Earth can be truly profound. So I'm going to invite you now, please, to join me in a meditation. I'm going to invite you tuning into the crystalline grid, and then I'm going to shine light on New Earth. I'm going to be sharing light language to facilitate this activation and raising the vibration as we anchor in the New Earth consciousness to Gaia. So if you want to become comfortable, I'm going to put up some art for this. Oh no, I'll stay up here. Okay. If you want to become comfortable and close your eyes. And take a deep breath in. Breathing in deep to the pit of your stomach. Feeling your stomach inflating as you do. And releasing. And taking another deep breath in. Breathing in deep to the pit of your stomach. And releasing. And taking another deep breath in. Breathing in deep to the pit of your stomach. And releasing. We call in the protection of the angelic realms to surround you as you journey today, and as you activate and remember the new earth consciousness, the crystalline awareness, the wisdom of your soul, that which is divine light and infinite unconditional love. Stay mindful of your breath, for it connects you to the present moment, the gateway to 5D. We say thank you to the guardians of this universe for being here, as we activate and as we remember the crystalline kingdoms of light and of new earth, for facilitating this activation, this upgrade on Gaia. And tuning into your heart, feeling your heart center within your chest as a glowing ball of light. See it expanding with every breath that you take. See the light of your heart filling your whole entire being. Divine light, divine love is who you are at your core. Now we're going to send the light of your heart down into the ground, connecting with the crystalline grid that is woven through Earth's atmosphere. The crystalline grid is Earth's multi-dimensional energy field that surrounds the planet. Crystalline frequency. So we're going to send the light of your heart down through each of your chakras, down into your solar plexus, down into your sacral chakra, down into your root chakra, down, 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 down. Connecting with the crystalline grid woven through Gaia's lands. As you really begin to ground in to this crystalline consciousness of New Earth. And as you send the light of your heart down in this way, we bring through some codes of light to assist you in upgrading your DNA and tuning in to this crystalline consciousness of New Earth. The language of light is here to facilitate your ascension into love consciousness, your return to divine source expression. Maya, Maya Sumahaya Ahu Iya Umahaya Umahaya And taking a deep breath in, breathing in deep to the pit of your stomach. And releasing. And tuning into your heart center once again. Sacred gateway to infinite unconditional love. Now we're going to send the light of your heart up now. Up through each chakra. Up through your crown. Up, up, up. Connecting with the crystalline grid that surrounds Earth's atmosphere. The crystalline grid is Earth's multi-dimensional energy field that surrounds the planet. But as you send the light of your heart up and tune into this crystalline field of light, you open up divine crystalline channel of light moving through your body, grounding you into the crystalline field of light beneath you and above you. Really beginning to anchor in and embody this new earth consciousness, that which is crystalline. So we send the light of your heart up now, up into your throat chakra, up into your third eye, up, up, up through your crown, up, 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 connecting with the crystalline grid that surrounds Earth's atmosphere. And as you tune in this way to this crystalline field of light, we bring through some codes of light to assist you in anchoring in this new earth consciousness, to assist you in upgrading your DNA to the crystalline frequency, into your embodiment now. Saya Mahaya Sume Allahumma Mahaya Ahu Saya Maya here Ahu And taking a deep breath in, breathing in deep to the pit of your stomach, and releasing. And tuning into your heart center once again. Sacred gateway to infinite unconditional love. The gateway to new earth is through your heart. And now we're going to expand your heart out through your being, out through your whole entire body, out into your auric field, connecting with the crystalline grid that surrounds you. The crystalline grid is Earth's multidimensional energy field, crystalline frequency. But as you tune in, you begin to embody this crystalline field, this crystalline consciousness of new earth, where it's like you become connected to this divine crystalline sea of light, immersed in this crystalline consciousness of new earth. And as you send the light of your heart out to your auric field, connecting with the crystalline grid that surrounds you, we bring through some codes of light to assist you in embodying this crystalline consciousness of new earth, and in upgrading your DNA to embody greater heights of your crystalline light body expression. And taking a deep breath in, breathing in deep to the pit of your stomach, and releasing. And focus your awareness on your third eye. The center of your forehead. See in your third eye the future of Earth, the next 800 years on a timeline, where the crystalline kingdoms of light and Earth's horizon do shine. They are here already, and as you see them getting closer and closer and closer, you begin to ground in the crystalline kingdoms of new Earth. Sacred kingdoms of crystalline consciousness. All is light, all is divine, all is well. There is no need to worry anymore. For the divine kingdoms of light are here. The angels come and greet you. They shine light for you to new Earth. to the crystalline kingdoms. Feel the crystalline kingdoms of light, of New Earth, surrounding you. Feel the room that you are sitting in, beginning to transform to crystalline awareness. You can see yourself sitting in these crystalline kingdoms of New Earth. You are so very supported, so very loved. All is well. You have access to infinite abundance in all areas of your life. Abundance in the food that you eat, in your friends, your family, your support system. Opportunities that come into your reality. You are so very supported. The divine crystalline kingdoms of light. Already here. You're a state within your consciousness. But the more you tune in to the kingdoms of New Earth, the more you ground in. And the more faster it begins to manifest within the collective humanity's consciousness and then reality. Everything essentially starts with thought frequency, your thought frequency. And the more focus you give your thoughts, the faster the manifestation will be. Whereas we, humanity, begin to remember the power of our co-creation. Great potentiality is. It starts with you. Remembering the power within you. Source consciousness, incarnated on earth as human. Remember who you are. Taking a deep breath in, breathing in deep to the pit of your stomach. And releasing. And another deep breath in, breathing in deep to the pit of your stomach. And releasing. And another deep breath in, breathing in deep to the pit of your stomach. And releasing. Bringing your awareness back to your sacred temple, your body, your sacred vessel and chariot through the life. Feeling your sacred body so very alive. Every single cell in your body is conscious, is listening to you. Within the cells is a nucleus, and within the nucleus is the DNA. And this is what we have been upgrading today into greater heights of crystalline awareness. Feeling your body, your cells, the atoms that form your being. Trillions of atoms form you. Say, thank you, body, I love you. Thank you, I love you. Thank you, cells, I love you. Thank you, brain, I love you. Thank you, heart, I love you. Thank you, kidneys, for functioning so well. I love you. Thank you, my liver. Thank you, my stomach. Thank you, my whole entire being. I love you. Thank you for functioning so well. You are divine, sacred light in all that you are. Thank you. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes. You may take your time. And take some deep breaths in, breathing in deep to the pit of your stomach, feeling your stomach inflating as you do. Allowing yourself to make a noise as you exhale your breath. This activates your heart chakra. You can give your hands a rub together, summoning this energy to you, into your greater embodiment. Healers, it's time to awaken. Place them on your ears to help you hear, your eyes to help you see, your third eye, and anywhere else you feel guided to upon your body. Your hands, so very powerful. So I hope you enjoyed that meditation. It's one way to assist you in raising your vibration. But as you begin to tune in this way to the new earth, you begin to close that gap. You bring more light into the planet in the process. We bring more light together. So I want to thank you for your participation today. But what is also so very important as we do this work, because I take you journeying quite far, tuning into the new earth, is we stay grounded too. We come back to our body. We are aware of what is going on the planet. We're able to stand strong through these times that are here. We raise our vibration, but we're still aware of everything that's going on. We do it in a high vibration, grounded and embodied on earth as humans. We are here for a reason, as human beings, incarnated on the earth. Because we're here to ground in the new earth. So I'm just reading some of your comments. I'm glad you all enjoyed it. It's a very powerful key. This vision of new earth is actually something that the dragons awakened within me when I was traveling in the Himalayas. My first ever encounter with the dragons in this incarnation. I didn't believe in dragons really until I met them, and I was going for anxiety at the time, and they showed me this new earth vision, and they said, look what's coming. There's nothing to worry about. All of this ego stuff, it doesn't really matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. Let it go. See what's coming. The new earth is here. And it's ultimately up to us to ground it in. So I hope you were able to catch a glimpse of the crystalline kingdoms. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask or anything that you'd like to share in the comments, please do. I'd love to hear from you. Well, greetings, Martin. Lovely to have you here, brother. Lovely. Wonderful, Miriam. Lovely to have you here. So beautiful to have so many of you here who've been doing this meditation with me for quite a long time, because you've been tuning into this frequency for a long time, and now we're anchoring it in. And this is the first time I've ever done it in a public space. So it's new, and I want to thank you all for facilitating. You know who you are. All of you, everybody, even if you haven't come to one of my meditations before, I want to thank you for being here. It's so very powerful. Your presence, where you are more than just a person. You represent so many in the process of being here. So I want to thank you for the light that you have ignited today within humanity's consciousness. Let it make ripples all around the planet. Okay then, family of light. If there's no questions, I'll begin to close the space. I'll give you a few minutes if you want to ask anything. Any questions? How to deal with the darkness? Yeah, maybe we should go there. How to deal with the darkness. Well, that's one way, doing a meditation. But it also, understanding it is a manifestation of us. When we bring our self-awareness to it, we're essentially bringing our light to it. Our self-awareness is our light. And you take a bright light into a dark room, what happens to the darkness? Disappears. Turns into light, because it too is light at its core. So when we bring our self-awareness to the darkness, it transforms into light, and this is how we eliminate darkness from this universe. And it is a future timeline for us, a universe without darkness. That's what I'm here to anchor in. And we make it. Everything happening on the planet at this time is here happening for a reason, for us to accelerate our awakening. Because from the darkness, we are able to see the light. We're able to discern the difference between light and darkness. Beautiful, Andrea. So lovely to hear your experience. Thank you, sister. Okay, Sino says, thank you so much. I was wondering why I have been tossing and turning, unable to sleep. Is it until 17 a.m.? Yeah, so it's very common to not be able to sleep, experience insomnia when you're going through DNA activation. What I find has assisted me is giving the day your all. Because we are going through these huge activations, we're going through these huge awakenings as humanity. If you can't sleep, don't let it get you down. You know, my sleep pattern recently has been, what I've basically been doing is I've been moving beyond the sleep pattern and just listening to my body and what it needs. Well, I've been getting up at like 2:30 sometimes in the morning and just practicing because that's what I want to do. And it is really beginning to move beyond this veil of sleep. So if you can't sleep at night, I mean, there's so many things you can do. Obviously, it's very important to rest. But firstly, don't get upset. I know it can be quite agitating, especially if you've got a lot of things to do, if you can't sleep. What I would do is I'd meditate. Meditation can even actually charge your body. Sometimes I can't sleep, so I just practice all night instead, and I'm really lively the next day. It's powerful. Like, you have these other tools you can use. Meditation, you go into deep meditation. It can leave you even more rejuvenated than a night of sleep. So that's something to consider. Also, checking in with your diet. I'm really loving the herbs at the moment, drinking all sorts of herbs. And these have assisted me in finding a very stable energy. I used to drink a lot of coffee. I've actually cut that out recently. That's something that can get in the way of sleeping. But also communicating with your body too. This is a good way. If you really want to sleep and you can't, speak to your body, speak to your cells. Cells, it's time to go to sleep now. Brain, it's time to go to sleep now. Do this now. These are my commands. You're in charge. of your body. So you can choose to make it sleep if you want to. And this is part of the new human being, is beginning to understand why we can't sleep. It's happening for a reason. Maybe there are aspects of you upgrading. Maybe there's aspects of you wanting to become more conscious. But it's definitely something to explore, where I would recommend meditating with it. See what comes up. And trust your intuition. Trust what you receive and why you think it might be happening. Mm-hmm. And yes, final point on that is, when you give the day your all, most likely you can sleep all day. When you show up in the best possible light, what I find is when I spend the whole day, like from the moment I wake up practicing to then doing light work all day, is I can sleep so very well at night. It's because I'm aligned with what I'm here to do. My body needs to sleep. So give the day your all and you should be able to sleep. Yeah, meditation. Is there any more questions? Currently drinking mate, which is a very powerful herb. It's helping me find the balance in my energy. It's from South America. It's a good one. Okay, family of light, I want to thank you so much for joining me today and the Guardians, and anchoring in these new Earth kingdoms. There is great light here on the planet, and it starts with you. Gateway is through the heart. I love you so very much. And if you ever need anything, please just reach out to me. I'm here, incarnated on Earth, to assist humanity through this ascension. So you're not alone. I love you all, family of light, and I thank you for your participation today in raising Gaia's vibration. Until next time.